Today's program is brought to you by PennyStockProfessor.com. For all the best OTCBB stock picks, sign up at PennyStockProfessor.com. Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano. President Barack Obama proposed on Tuesday small business tax cuts, fresh infrastructure spending, and energy efficiency rebates to boost jobs. But there were few details on the scale or cost of the measures. Battling public dismay over double-digit U.S. unemployment, Obama also called for an extension of unemployment and health insurance benefits for the more than 15 million out-of-work Americans and stressed that boosting jobs was the best way to tackle the deficit. Obama has been pressured by Democrats in Congress to consider using some money previously earmarked for a $700 billion bank rescue fund that has been returned to the public purse. But Obama said some of the money from the Troubled Asset Relief Program, or TARP, which has cost about $200 billion less than previously thought, will be used to pay down the record U.S. budget, and the program will be wound down.
And now for today's stock update. Stocks pared some earlier declines but remained lower Tuesday as downgrades by credit rating agencies sparked renewed concerns about the global economy, sending investors away from riskier investments and into the safety of the dollar. After trading lower by about 140 points at its worst point, the Dow Jones Industrial Average recently traded down 78 points, or 0.7 to 10314, as McDonald's was off 2%, while 3M fell 1.3% after issuing disappointing guidance for this year. The Nasdaq Composite Index declined 0.4%, and the Standard & Poor's 500 Index fell 0.7%, with all of its sectors in the red. Energy and materials were two of its weaker sectors, as metal futures and crude oil futures fell. Pushing commodity prices lower was the move into the safety of the dollar, with the U.S. dollar index, which reflects the greenback against a basket of 6 other currencies, up 0.3% recently. The Treasury climbed, with the 10-year note up to 3/8 to the yield of 3.386%.
The receiver and accused swindler Alan Stanford's civil fraud case is suing about 200 investors for as much as $545 million they collected from certificates of deposits, allegedly to be at the center of a $7 billion Ponzi scheme. The investors named in the lawsuit are said to have unfairly cashed out before the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filed civil charges and seized Stanford's assets and businesses in February. Janvey is pursuing the claims under fraudulent transfer law and principles of unjust enrichment after a federal appeals court in New Orleans ruled last month that he could not sue the investors using a different legal claim. Stanford faces criminal charges that he defrauded thousands of investors around the globe through CD sales. He has pleaded guilty and is in a Houston jail awaiting trial.
In today's international news, several large explosions rocked Baghdad mid-morning on Tuesday, with officials reporting more than 100 dead after at least 3 car bombs detonated at several sites across the capital. Residents said they heard a large explosion after 10:30 a.m. local time, followed by at least 2 more blasts. Officials were reporting 5 separate explosions in the capital, and the intensity of the blasts in their quick succession, some spaced only minutes apart, suggested a coordinated bombing campaign. Iraqi officials said at least 118 people had been killed in the bombings, and close to 200 had been injured. Those numbers could climb higher as emergency services get a better handle on the scope of the attacks. The bombing follows a string of similar high-profile attacks in Baghdad, and it comes just days after Iraqi parliamentaries agreed on a long-stalled election law, settling the stage for the national elections early next year. It also comes ahead of this weekend's planned oil auction in Baghdad, in which the government is expecting to award right to develop some of Iraqi's large untapped fields to foreign oil companies. U.S. and Iraqi officials have planned elections and the oil building as symbols of a new sense of stability in Iraq. But Tuesday's attack has again shaken the confidence in Iraqi security services, just as U.S. forces planned a large scale down in military forces next year.
CBS canceled As the World Turns on Tuesday, putting the company that coined the phrase soap operas out of business of making daytime dramas for the first time in 76 years. As the World Turns has been on the air since 1956 and televised 13,661 episodes. Its last episode will be next September. It's the second daytime drama CBS has canceled in a year after Guiding Light. Both shows were produced by a subsidiary of Procter & Gamble. the company for which the term soap operas was created because it used the shows to hawk products like Ivory soap and Duz laundry detergent. The cancellation will leave CBS with only 2 daytime dramas, The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. Procter & Gamble first began producing soap operas in 1933 with the radio show Ma Perkins and has made a total of 20 such programs in history. This is the top 10 trading stocks for December. Number 10 is Bruker, BRKR. Number 9 is Tenaris, TS. Number 8 is ArcelorMittal, MT. Number 7 is Acergy, ACGY. Number 6 is Western Sizzlin, WEST. Number 5 is Williams Partners, WPZ. Number 4 is China Sky One Medical, CSKI. Number 3 is WNT Offshore, WTI. Number 2 is Kirkland's, KIRK. And number 1 is Encore Acquisition, EAC.
Have you been denied a credit card, car loan, mortgage, apartment rental, or even a cell phone? Your credit score is probably under 720. Change your score and change your financial future with Philip Tyrone's 7 Steps to a 720 Credit Score. We'll show you how to raise your credit score for free. In just weeks, this simple system can get you approved and save you money.
That knocked our interest rates down from 11% to 7%.
I ended up saving $2,500 a month.
The first 100 callers will get Philip Tyrone's groundbreaking book for free. Just pay processing. That's a $30 value free. And if you call within the next 15 minutes, you'll get a free ticket to a phone-in seminar with Philip Tyrone himself. This exciting personal teleseminar will show you how to instantly improve your credit score and save money every month. Don't let a foreclosure, bankruptcy, missed payments, or short sale get in the way of your financial future.
Don't wait. To order, call 1-800-862-7840. That's 1-800-862-7840. Call now.
And now in today's tech news. After more than 5 years as a publicity and availability test, Gmail shed its beta label in July. Now, one feature key to the net giant's cloud computing aspirations, offline access to Gmail, also has grown up less than a year after its debut. Offline Gmail support, which relies on a Google browser plugin called Gears, lets people read, search, organize, and compose email even when there's no internet connection. Sent messages are queued up in an outbox for delivery whenever the network access is restored and the account on the computer can sync with the server. Offline Gmail has proven particularly useful for businesses and schools making the switch to Google Apps from desktop mail clients. Google Apps, a bundle that includes Gmail, Google Calendar, and the Google Docs suite of online applications, is available for free for educational users or smaller organizations. Premier accounts cost a mere $50 a year. Gears is built into Google's Chrome browser, but other browsers rely on a plug-in. However, Google has stopped developing Gears in favor of HTML5's equivalent features. And now for today's green news. Your consumption is production is the premise behind a new concept called Current Cart by Kate Pak and In-Yong Jung that would turn shopping carts into electricity-generating mobile units. Their hope is that shoppers can power the stores in which they shop by the very act of wandering around the store and shopping. It's a neat idea, though the cost of manufacturing the carts alone would push back the payback period for the investment quite a bit, as the carts and the charge collection rack would likely be very pricey. And we know that harvesting kinetic energy isn't terribly effective. But Yanko Design writes that designers suggested these carts could collect enough energy to power an entire store for a month.
Thanks for watching TBC Today. I'm Angelina